Hey family, there was one other dream that I wanted to share with you guys that I forgot to put in the last video. It would have made the video pretty long anyway, longer than I wanted it to be. So it's good that I just make another video just to give you guys this dream. This dream also had a lot of detail going on in it, and part of it is connected with a confirmation that I had, which I'll share with you too at the end. So it started off, I was in a room with football players, and these were big, huge linebacker football players. They were practicing on an indoor field, and I saw how big they were up close. I was thinking I could never be a football player or a professional football player because I would get crushed. Then I noticed two girls I went to high school with hanging around the athletes, and then it changed to they were on like this TV show, this like sitcom, or it was like a TV commercial. I was then in a room with many people sitting in chairs. We were watching and listening to a woman speaker doing a presentation on something. The chairs were right up against the wall, the side wall going down in a row. We kept saying we were hot, and we felt it was because the seats were so close to each other. So we spaced out every other chair. So we had got up and moved, and we sat every other chair. Then the chairs were moved, because first they were like, so say this is the wall. All the chairs were against this wall going all the way back in a row. Then it switched, and they weren't parallel against the wall anymore, but they were like perpendicular against the wall, coming off of the wall. And I was sitting in a perpendicular excuse me, position from the wall at this point. Then we were no longer, and I noticed we were no longer sitting under the lights that were in the ceiling. So it was like a drop ceiling, a tile drop ceiling, and then it was like the lights that you usually see in that type of ceiling. The woman speaker noticed we moved, and she said it was smart. It was a smart idea. Then I knew that she was referring to us moving from under the lights, and that's what was making us hot. I looked over and I could see my reflection. I saw that I had on some fashionable sunglasses with amber tone lenses, and I knew I had been wearing them the whole time, like the whole day. I remember thinking that I looked very professional or smarter somehow. I walked over to a table across the room that had some things placed on it. So like at this point, I think the presentation was over, and we were then like conversing with each other, and there were like refreshments and things like that on the table. So I went over to the table, and I saw brown paper, like brown paper rolls, like paper towel rolls, but it was brown paper. And it was sitting on the table, and I started tearing pieces off. I then knew it was used to play a game. There was a sketch outline of a house on one side, and then on the other side it was blank. And I had a friend with me that was there, and I asked my friend, I said, you dabble? And he said, yeah, a little. And then like I knew it was like almost like it was like some kind of gambling game, not like gambling like in a bad way, but it was some type of game that was gambling or something like that. And I knew I had never played the game. I was thinking that I had never played the game, and I didn't know how to play. I didn't know the rules of the game. So I was hoping that nobody was going to ask me to play the game. I was then in a building with my wife, and we were standing, I think it was like our house or something like that. And we were standing at the top of the stairwell in the hallway looking down. Then I noticed it was a swarm of ants. First it was just a couple of them, and I saw them crawling like up the steps towards our feet. And then I seen this huge swarm of red ants coming up the stairs. And as they got closer, they changed and they got big. They were like huge. So first they were like, you know, a little teeny ant. And then they were this big, huge ant. But it was weird because they didn't look like an insect, like a actual regular insect. They looked more like a plastic toy insect. And they started crawling like on the walls and stuff, and I knew at that point that I felt that they were coming after me. So I wanted to lead them away from my wife and from the area that we were at. So I started running backwards, or running down the hall to go to this other room. And I had looked back, and I could see that they were crawling like all over the wall and on the ceiling, and these like goofy looking toy plastic ants, and with these big white round eyes. It was weird. And I got into the room that I was trying to get to, and once they got into the room, they changed, and they were coming down. Like, I'm inside the room, and they're coming down one by one, and they changed at that point, and they were now gift boxes. They were wrapped gift boxes, and like presents, and inside the present will pop open. The top of the present popped open like a Jack in the Box, and a flower popped out of it. These flowers would pop out, like these thick stems and these big red petals, and then this dust or spores or something like that would blow out of the flower. And I felt like it was toxic. So I tried to run. I started running out of I had ran out of the room. And at that point, it was weird because it reminded me, like, I felt like I knew I was like Batman. And these ants and these gift boxes with the flowers that popped up with the toxic dust that would come out, I knew those were from the Joker. They were traps sent by the Joker. And after that, I had ran out of the room and into this other room, and I saw that I'm standing. I had just came in the room, and there was a railing in front of me, and then there was another part of the room that was, the floor was further down, lower down, and my wife was standing there. And then I saw that in between her, like right in front of her, there was a door, like an opening to get out of the room, but in between her and the door, it was like a chasm, like this little, I guess you could say, kind of like this space that she had to jump over, that you had to jump over in order to get past it, to get out the room. So I remember I was thinking maybe I should just run back the other way where that other room was and go down that way. But then I saw she had jumped over the little chasm, and she ran to the door that went outside. And I knew at that point that outside was New York City. So she had left, and then I wanted to follow her, but I didn't want to leave yet because I realized I had pajama pants on. I had pajamas on, and I wanted to change before I went outside. So I like ran back in the house to go get changed, and then I had woke up. So like I said, there was a lot in that dream, and the one part that the Holy Spirit revealed to me, gave me understanding of, was when I was wearing the amber shades, the amber colored shades. And so I had looked some stuff up about amber color shades, and apparently they give you a clearer vision in low light and low lighting, and they give you a better depth perception. So that sounds very symbolic, just what the Lord was trying to tell me was that he was giving me, or he's giving us, a clearer vision and a better perception, a better depth perception, better understanding of the things he's showing us. So, and that's what I had thought that it was me. Later, the next day or the next night, I got a flash dream confirmation to that. So in this flash dream, I was given regular glasses, and then I was given the amber color lens glasses. And when I had the regular shades on, I was looking into a field, and I could just see, like, it was just an open field. And then I was given the other glasses, the amber color glasses, where I could see, where I was believing before this that you could see clearer and have better depth perception. So when I was given these amber colored glasses, I could see that there were weapons, like, how in a video game you'll have like weapons floating around, and then you can run and grab the weapon and put it into your arsenal to go out and use. So it was like that. I saw like guns and weapons and stuff floating around, and then I ran up to grab them. So I knew like those were in my artillery now. Those were in my arsenal. And then I was shown the field again, and this time I could see that there were all these different objects in the field, all over the field, and they had targets on top of them. They had white targets on top of them. So and then I was told, like, you can, like, I was shown specifically that I could see more things with the amber colored glasses that were hidden to me when I had on the regular glasses. So that's what that meant. So guys, I would love to hear what you think about this dream, because I know there was a lot of symbolism in this dream, like the part with the lady that was speaking and giving us a presentation on whatever she was giving us a presentation. I felt she was really important, and I feel like she could have either been an angel teaching about something, or maybe Jesus giving us instruction about something, but there was so much other things going on that I wasn't really paying attention, or I didn't remember what she was speaking about. And I feel like maybe the reason why we were in this room, one, it was like a class and we were learning, and two, it was a bunch of the saints, us together. We were meeting almost, just kind of having communion with each other. But anyway, like I said, I'd love to know what you guys think, what the Spirit is telling you, giving you about this dream. Again, take it to the Lord. God bless you. Love you. Talk with you soon.